The world has changed. What students need has changed. Many schools try project-based learning, and what Vantage does is that it takes that to a whole different level, where you have industry experts, you have mentors, you have guides, and the fact that all of your learning is linked to a central project. So everything is meaningful and has context.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm joined by Alyas, and today we have the pleasure of going through some of our most frequently asked questions. So let's get started. Oh, who is Alyas?
Who am I?
Who are you?
So, Alyas, I'm from Manchester in the UK, parent of 3 children, been an educator for over 20 years. I'd say personality-wise, I'm just a very calm, relaxed human being, and blessed to be here.
Why was Vantage created?
Do you know, I think Vantage has been needed for a very long time. And I do believe that all school systems in the world are trying to get to where Vantage is. And they're all at different stages of that journey. But basically, Vantage has been created because there's a need. The world has changed. What students need has changed. And someone has to create that next generation of learners.
Yes, inshallah. What's your favorite thing about Australia?
Do you know, Australia is a very interesting place. I found the people to be really friendly. And that's actually really surprised me, is that everyone is just so warm. If you're at a train station, if you're at a shop. So I think the people are lovely.
I mean, when we first spoke, you were talking about wild animals and not going near the water.
Yep.
So that's a great...
We have this perception of like everything's trying to eat you in Australia.
What makes the Vantage model different?
Many schools try project-based learning. And what Vantage does is that it takes that to a whole different level, where you have industry experts, you have mentors, you have guides. And the fact that all of your learning is linked to a central project. So everything is meaningful and has context.
Who is Vantage designed for?
It's designed for everybody. Every student is capable of being a Vantage student. It's not designed for someone who is particularly gifted. Every student is capable, and I believe that anyone can join Vantage.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes the way that the learning is designed really effective, is that it challenges anyone to just think really deeply and critically.
Nice.
What's on your bucket list?
Oh, my bucket list. I've done parasailing, so where I've been hanging off a boat. I've done a little bit of climbing. I would probably like to do a parachute jump.
Parachute jump?
Yeah, why not?
Like a bungee jump? Or is that different? No, that's different.
I think parachute jump, just not too high, but just maybe step from the house or something.
What does a normal day at Vantage look like?
So similar to any school in terms of you'll have children, you'll have learning, you'll have experiences. It will start with some Quran in the morning. Then there will be inquiry where students are given big questions where they have to really think about how they're going to tackle a problem. Then there will be subject-based learning, and the day will conclude with self-directed learning, where the children are now using their own skills to solve problems.
Yeah, and reflect on the outcomes of the day to ensure that they've actually met the outcomes, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. What's your favorite cheat meal?
Oh, so something that most people don't know about me is I generally eat once a day. And I'm not a foodie. I don't eat much at all. But if I was to have a cheat meal, it'd be like a chicken burger with chips. Just simple.
That is not a cheat meal. Okay, that's it shows your how much of a simple person you really are. Cool. Is learning at Vantage personalized?
Yes, because because every student will have their own journey. So we will have data points on every child. Their projects will be individual to every single child, and the support that they receive will be individualized as well.
And I think the ratio of students to teachers really helps us to support that.
Yes.
We've got a 15:1 ratio, which is far surpasses what the average ratio is at the moment statewide.
Yeah.
Okay, is Vantage a traditional school?
Oh, the word traditional. So traditional, it depends on what you mean by traditional. So traditional to me is a school that has its learning, memorization, many examinations, etc. We have elements of that part of education that is useful, but we also have the critical thinking, the inquiry, the experiencing, the working in real environments. So we've kept what works from that model, and we've added the parts that students today need.
Yeah. And I guess we've taken out the ones that no longer serve a purpose.
Absolutely.
Not doing things for the sake of doing them, but doing them because they have purpose. What's your pet peeve in a classroom?
From the perspective of a teacher or a student?
Let's go with the teacher first and then the student.
For me, teachers who are not engaged with the students, so you have many teachers who stand at the front, they talk for a whole lesson, and the students are just expected to listen. And it's just unfair. Like listening for 40, 45 minutes, I would fall asleep in one of those classrooms. And one of my pet peeves is make them think, get them engaged, allow them to experience learning.
And then for a student?
For a student is probably somebody who is unprepared, so turns up late, doesn't want to participate. But again, for me, the responsibility is on the teacher in that instance to engage that student and make them want to learn.
Yeah. It's interesting because I took that question really differently, and I was just going to say just like tapping, incessant tapping on the table, but I like your perspective. Why are the learning groups smaller?
And because it allows for more personalized learning. Smaller groups allows you to interact with each other and allows the teacher to support smaller groups together,
It gives more opportunity for the teacher to engage with the students more meaningfully and gives them the capacity to be able to do that. What is Vantage by Unity? Should this have been the first one?
So Vantage is a school which is affiliated to Unity Grammar, but it's a school like no other. So it's taking the brilliant elements and the good work that's been done at Unity Grammar, but building on that with experiential education where students investigate, inquire, and learn in real life environments.
What was the funniest moment you've had in a school?
Oh, I've had so many. I don't know if I should say this. I once had a teacher that came for an interview. When she came to sit for the interview, she missed the chair.
Oh.
And then somehow ended up under the desk. And I had to check on her. Like, are you okay?
That was obviously wasn't funny at the time.
No. I showed a lot of empathy at the time.
As long as she could laugh about it later.
She was very embarrassed, but she was okay.
Is Vantage a part of Unity Grammar?
Yes, we are. We have access to the same board, the same resources, the same extracurricular activities, but we are in our own custom designed campus in Parramatta.
Yes. Awesome. What's one thing you loved about school growing up?
For me personally, I love my sports. So I used to go to school an hour early to play football. I would stay an hour after school to play football, and I would play football throughout the day. So,
and just to clarify, football as in soccer.
Soccer.
Okay.
Actual football.
Were you ever sent to the principal's office?
Personally, no. I was actually a very good boy. I don't think I probably ever got into trouble at school. So no.
Our enrollments for 2027 now open.
Yes, they are. But spaces are filling up quickly, and we only have 2 rounds of interviews left for students.
Yeah.
So grab a place while you can.
Yeah, we'll start wrapping up very soon with our final cohort. So yeah.